So today we're visiting Hawk Cliffoods. It's a spectacular 230-acre nature reserve right on the shoreline of Lake Erie. So Hawk Cliff has been known for many, many years as an excellent site to watch migrating hawks. So even since the early 1950s, it's been well known as a great birding site. So people have been visiting this area for ages to look at birds, particularly during migration. But it's also a spectacular site for other birds that make their life here in the forest. In 2016, Thames Talbot Land Trust was able to protect this nature reserve permanently so that we can provide habitat for all the wildlife and provide an opportunity for people to visit and get to know the other creatures that live here. Once Thames Talbot Land Trust protected this nature reserve, we were able to do additional restoration projects to create more habitat. So some of the former agricultural fields have been restored to thriving habitat meadows. We've installed wetlands, and we've also been doing various enhancements within the forest habitat to create a better ecosystem for the wildlife that live here. So a few years ago, we were really trying to promote native plant gardening in the community. And one of the most spectacular things that you can do in your own backyard is to create habitat for wildlife. The availability of native plants, however, has not been super abundant. So a lot of people were struggling to find those plants to put in their gardens. So we decided to start a native plant garden here at Hawk Cliffoods. So the Ozens Community Wildflower Garden is an opportunity for people to come see these native plants at different life stages and to actually be able to collect seeds from those to take back home to create their own wildlife sanctuary in their backyard. So Hawk Cliffoods is really famous for the ravine system. And because there's lots of ravines, it means trails have to really work around those ravines because people can't climb through them necessarily. So we do have two different trail opportunities at Hawk Cliffoods where people can go hiking and see the different habitats. Both of them are relatively short, less than a kilometer of a walk, but it's a great experience to be able to go in and see some of the woods firsthand. So Hawk Cliff is obviously on a cliff, as the name implies, and for the last few years the cliff has been eroding. So while it's eroding, it's actually providing habitat for bank swallows and other animals that use it, but it does mean that the shoreline is moving. So it makes it rather unstable and unsafe for people to visit close to the shoreline, but it is actually really great habitat for other species that make use of it. So since very early 1950s or 60s, Hawk Cliff banders have been putting on a presentation at Hawk Cliff to look at migrating birds. And so one of the really spectacular parts of that is the festival that centers around migration in the fall. And the hawk banders are able to bring live birds to present to the public to actually show them how banding works and to actually see some of these spectacular animals up close. The other major thing is that this is also a flyway for monarch butterflies. So during that festival in the fall, we have monarch taggers that are here, and they will catch monarchs and they apply tags that they can be traced throughout their journey back to Mexico. So it's a really great opportunity to see wildlife up close and be able to really experience that migration firsthand. If you've never been to Hawk Cliffoods, this is the year you should check it out. There is lots to see here. There's a variety of different habitats, different landscapes, and the wildlife is just spectacular. So if you enjoy nature and you want to check out something in your local community, do visit us at Hawk Cliffoods.